Hey everybody, welcome back to Buddy Spirits and Cigars. This is a pretty exciting episode. This is episode 100. We kind of took a break for all the holidays, New Year, and all that kind of stuff going on. And also we were kind of waiting for the store pick that we collaborated with Barrels and Brews. Over here to my right, this is Clint. He owns Barrels and Brews. And then everybody knows Nate.
Yes, sir.
Clint's not on real often, but when he is, he has a lot of things to say that's very wise.
And the whiskey's usually really, really good when
exactly
the episodes I've been on.
If it's even questionable, he won't even show up. So, but anyway, he's here today. This is our third one to do together, and so when the samples came in to Fort Smith and like, hey, we're gonna get together on such and such day. We're gonna do a single barrel pick for Elijah Craig. Okay, cool. Let's do it. As you guys know, P-Dub and I are gigantic Elijah Craig fans. So I brought a sample from two other competitors' stores that are in Fort Smith, pretty good sized stores. Brought those in and we done a blind and compared these with the one that we done. And this one wins hands down.
It was unanimous.
Unanimous. Every person there, including the gentleman, the distributor, I guess.
The rep.
Yeah. It was hands down. This was the winner. If you guys have not gotten one of these yet, I suggest you go get one. It's 124 proof, 124.5.
And you did say this, but I just want to make sure we reiterate that was a blind pouring.
That's correct.
Where we in a unanimous blind. This one was it was good.
Hands down the winner. And so we kind of got together. We did that. We got this pick going, and we're super excited about it. It kind of got delayed for a while. Just things happen. We get it. But finally it came in. But during the time that we were waiting on this, we got together and was like, hey man, we got to do an awesome tater sticker for the back of this thing. And so we found an artist to assist us with this. And, P-Dub got in contact with the artist and so we found out from her what we needed to do as far as sending pictures to her. And we did. So we decided to do a King of the Hill theme on this one. So,
which I would say turned out a lot better than what I thought it was going to look like.
Yeah.
You doubted it?
Well, they added things in there that I didn't know they were going to add.
Okay. No,
so that's what made it better.
Yeah.
You know, like the how the Oklahoma and the Arkansas connection happens, and the directed by Barrels and Brews, all that stuff's real cool.
Well, as you guys seen in the picture that we put up here on the video, you guys seen, I mean, it's very detailed. It turned out great. We're extremely happy with it. It's funny. It really is.
I can't look at it and not smile because it's spot on.
It is.
It's spot on us, and it's spot on King of the Hill.
Yeah.
And props to that artist for making it come to life. It was great.
Yeah. I think it captured a moment that all of us are proud of. And, I have so many people, why do you call him Bourbon Jesus? Oh. And then I get to tell the story of how you became Bourbon Jesus. So that's pretty cool in itself. Complete different distillery, but hey, it's all about timing. Some of the trips that we've been on, and we've got a lot more to come, going on trips and doing some more store picks and stuff, and you guys will get content from that for sure. But anyway, let's get into this Elijah Craig.
Yeah, I've already poured them so they can open up a little bit.
All you gotta do is open that bottle and I'm happy.
Hey,
that's all the opening up I need. Before diving off into this, sometimes bourbon drinkers will see things and, maybe their palate is not up to where 124 proof is. And to me with this one, it doesn't drink like 124 proof to me. You kind of go, as soon as you hear that, you kind of expect, well, this is freaking going to light me up.
Mm-hmm. and then it doesn't.
It doesn't. This one doesn't. And there's like, yeah, I've heard that before, but I'm serious. This one really doesn't drink like the proof that it is to me.
I think the one of the coolest, I guess, explanation of this whiskey from customers that's coming to the store is we had one guy drinking it, and the remark that he made was that it had a 45-minute finish to it.
Well, yeah.
Or 45-second finish to it.
I'll say that's pretty long.
Oh, yeah, 45. That's a long time for anything.
Anything.
But that very creamy on the front end, which I love in a whiskey.
Well, Nate, I mean, everybody that watches us and knows you understands that you aren't necessarily into higher proof things.
Correct.
And I haven't heard one complaint from you about this one.
No, it's awesome.
Not a single one.
This was one when we first opened it at the store to revisit it. It's not one that I was like, oh, this is a neck pour. It just straight out of the bottle. It was killer. I think, matter of fact, when I did it, I called you.
You called me immediately. Yeah, you immediately called me when we got when it finally came in. Like you said, it was delayed a bit. Called me and he said, "Man, we've had some really good stuff. This might be the best." Neck pour and all. He's like, God, it's so good. It smells delicious. I think it has the best. It's got the best nose and floral, just everything from just the first sniffs you get, like you said, when you open the bottle, is as good as any bottle we've had. And that's not because any of the other ones have not been good. It's unique.
Right.
It's strong in a good way. It's complex. Mm-hmm. In a lot of ways, it's a little different than your typical Elijah Craig stuff.
Yeah.
Which isn't a good or bad thing. It's just the way, the uniqueness that you get when you do these special barrels and single barrels like that. It's just really, really tasty.
Well, with some of the stuff that's up to this proof point, it really, as soon as that hits the back part of your palate, I mean, it's burning all the way down. You're Kentucky hugging and everything. To me, as far as the finish on this, it's really concentrated more towards the middle of the palate, I think, for me. It's viscous. It definitely lasts for quite a while. I mean, you can kind of chew it for a little bit. It doesn't dissipate insanely fast. So that customer that told you 45 seconds or whatever, that's usually more like it than 45 minutes. But,
yeah.
At least I think he hit the nail on the head. I mean, it does last for quite some time, and it's very pleasant the whole time.
Yeah,
it's lingering, and I agree with you on the palate. It doesn't, it doesn't get you from here to here, from neck to belly button.
Yeah,
you don't feel it. It's just it's right there where it needs to be, and that oiliness is one of my favorite qualities about this bottle.
I agree. And the first two we done, Yellowstone, great time, great experience, great pours. Mm-hmm. They're really solid. This one here, for me, takes the cake. And I may be a little biased because of Elijah Craig, but in my opinion, the juice is just that good. I mean, we could line those three up and blind them, and this is where I would be. And matter of fact, one of the Yellowstones was sourced from Heaven Hill. So, mm-hmm. I mean, that's the same distillery in that aspect, so.
Well, and I think, you got to remember too, this Elijah Craig's 4 years older than that other juice. So you'd expect this one to be a little bit better.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully,
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Correct.
But this one's stellar in my opinion. I'm super, super proud to be a part of it. And from Buddy's Spirits and Cigars, we appreciate you guys allowing us to be part of that. I mean, it means a lot to us.
Well, it's fun.
It is. It's a good time.
It's fun. It's organic collaboration. It just happened to work out, and it's a lot of fun. And that's what drinking bourbon's all about.
I agree.
the experience, the people you're with, all that's what goes into why we do this in the first place. And it's a good time and it's fun. It's a great time to be had by everybody. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah, I don't know that I would have been able to pick the same Elijah Craig barrel without you and P-Dub coming up there and helping us pick this out. Like you said, I'm not the big high proof guy.
No, so, me and Nathan would have been arguing back and forth.
Yes, that's exactly what
I'd be like, no, I want that higher proof.
Right.
And he'd be like, I don't know. But it made for a better discussion.
Right.
I don't know. I'm real happy with the pick. Happy.
And just so everybody understands, we've throughout this time of I've known Nate for quite a while, and then met Clint through going to the store and being a part of the Yellowstone stuff, and these bonds and relationships have flourished, and we've become good friends, and planning on doing lots of other things in the future, with bourbon and other distilleries. But like you said, that's what it's about, forming these relationships and, being there and discussing things. And nobody's going to agree on every single aspect, and don't think we team up on Nate all the time in a serious manner. Now, playing around, he gets it, but
a lot.
But, in a serious manner, when we're like, hey, all right, what's the final decision? Nate was in agreement with us. He's like, you know what? That one is good, and I'm on board. So, it worked out great. I think this was the best one out of all the samples we tried. And we would have much rather went to Heaven Hill and done it there. But, sometimes it just doesn't work out that way, and you just got to
We're working on it.
You got to take the way that you can get.
You're not going to turn it down.
Exactly.
It's just not one that you turn down because you can't go in person. But we'll be there. We'll be there. I was just glad to have the chance to get this,
because not everybody got a barrel. There was some unhappy people that didn't get this barrel, and we got it. And that's another thing to you, Chris, is that you help us pick out these good barrels, and you help us sell them, help us push them, help promote them. So we owe some thanks to you for all these great barrels we're getting in too.
Well, I agree with that, Nate. But here's what I would add to that. With the group of guys that we have that's picked these last several barrels, it's I think we've got a reputation now for these guys know what they're doing, and their store picks aren't just, hey, let's get a store pick to have a store pick. It's if these guys pick a store pick, it's going to be damn good.
Yeah.
And I think anybody that's had the multiple, all the store picks that we've been through in the last couple of years, I don't see how they would disagree with that. I think that's the way it's becoming, and that's something to be proud of, and it's good,
Yeah, it is, and that's just a way for us to taste good bourbon, and we're like, oh, hey, there's something right there, and it's God's blessed to where it's a way for us to be able to share that with other people, because they can, like, hey, we have the means to get that whole barrel. And so we're drinking good stuff. Now everyone else gets to drink some good stuff too, while it lasts. But super proud of this one. This one's awesome. And if nothing else, the tater sticker are to at least sell half of them.
Yeah.
It was a good time. We had a great time. Thank you guys for being on the show. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Anytime.
This adventure, it's not about the end and getting to where you want to, your destination. It's about the adventure getting there, and we're having a great time.
And speaking of adventure, let's not forget to tell you happy birthday today.
Oh,
this is the 100th episode, and it's Big Turf's birthday. So happy birthday to him. We're happy to be here, helping him celebrate and do this podcast. So man, happy birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No doubt.
All right. We'll catch all of you on the next one.